One that was with the chair, it's your boy Tunnookie, and I'm back in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Man, let me tell you something, you hear me? Y'all from the 90s and 80s and shit, like I'm from that bit too, you hear me? Some of y'all from 1,000. That just means I'm old. But y'all know, y'all was watching them Disney movies like I was watching them Disney movies, you hear me? And y'all saw that racist shit too. Y'all saw all kind of racist stuff and all kind of stuff back in the day, didn't you? You hear me? Every time he turned around, there was another little racist Elmer Fudd. And then it had the black Elmer Fudd, you hear me? Like, but that's not even Disney. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even crossed the stream into Disney, you hear me? Now, I saw some shit like how they dog Quasimodo out, boy. That shit was funny as a motherfucker. Messed up. But, you know, it's like, there's more. So right now, this is, what is the name of this? This is 10 painfully racist moments in Disney movies they want you to forget. You hear me? By Screen Rant. I actually watch a lot of stuff from Screen Rant, you hear me? Go check out Screen Rant. That shit is, I'm clicking subscribe and thumbs up right now. You hear me? You should do the same. But before you do that, you better do it, man. What is your waiting on? You know what I'm saying? Let's jump into this thing, though, you hear me? And let's bring in the racism. Let's go.
Just look down here, brother.
And prepare yourself for a shock.
Dumbo. It's always nice to see an old childhood movie and have a nostalgic moment.
Now,
it's been a long time since Dumbo was released in 1940, but do you remember the racism embedded in this film? The lead crow character has a thick accent, has a gravelly voice, and also his name is Jim Crow, which he's named after the state.
You got to be lying. How they gonna lay up there, throw that in the movie and think a motherfucker not gonna catch it, though? See, that was the motherfucking problem. Back in the day, parents didn't really watch these movies and shit with us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my mom didn't watch them, you know what I'm saying? They told us about a lot of stuff. But parents and shit, they watch these movies with children, and they ain't know what adults put in these movies for children to see. But they ain't, you know what I'm saying? I be saying all the time, you gotta realize that movies and cartoons and all that shit was made by adults, not by children. Even if the movie was made for a child, you heard me? You adult, you better watch that bitch because it was made by an adult. You can't trust grown up. You hear me? Like, but that's crazy. Jim Crow. Ain't that a bit niche?
State and local laws that reinforce segregation throughout the early to mid 20th century. Who knows how this was able to be put in the movie? Surprisingly, the voice of Jim Crow was white actor Cliff Edwards, and the rest of the Crows were voiced by black composer Hal Johnson and his all-black choir. Their speech and mannerisms further stereotype them, Jim that the film most likely included on purpose.
Well, hush my beat.
Not only was the racism heavily criticized in the film, but also the alcohol-induced visions and the animal cruelty scenes where Dumbo's parents are tied up and lashed. The movie was much darker than people imagined. What did you all think of Dumbo?
But I be done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly.
He can play the lings on the strings and come rocking on the blackfish.
Niggas at the Blockfish. That whole lip's big as a motherfucker. Ain't that a bitch? I just noticed that. Sebastian got some big juicy lips.
The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid has been surrounded with controversy since its release in 1989. On the original VHS cover art, people were shocked to see the phallic-shaped object hidden within the tower.
You see what I'm talking about?
Towers of the Golden Castle. Disney and the artist both claimed it wasn't intentional. There were tons of subliminal methods.
Yeah, it's intentional. They got a certain way you draw Disney shits, and I'm gonna find that fucking artist who did that shit. But there's a certain way you draw Disney shit. You start with the penis or tits or vagina or something subliminal, and then you draw the character out of that. Like you make a dick into a caricature. Goofy's legs and feet is like dicks and balls, you know? It ain't me, it's Disney. They don't play it out.
There were also some racial stereotypes. There were tons of subliminal messages in this movie, but that wasn't all. There were also some racial stereotypes that we will fill you in on in case you missed them before. In the movie's hit song, Under the Sea, the character Sebastian the Crab is singing about how life is fun when you live carefree and have very few responsibilities.
That is a big mistake.
This normally wouldn't be an issue, but Sebastian has a heavy Jamaican accent. This led many to believe that Disney was stereotyping Jamaicans by calling them lazy. Not only was Sebastian under scrutiny, but also the Duke of Soul and the Blackfish characters appear with large, oversized lips and Black American voices. What do you think of these stereotypes hidden in the movie? Did you see them when you first watched the movie?
How do I get myself into these situations?
Oh boy, fellas, retro.
I didn't like the movie, I liked the music in the movie, but It screamed racism. Aristocats. And it don't seem like it was set in the 90s or 1000s. It seemed like it was set in the 70s when erased the racism cat. And like, you know, the cats are portraying Negroes in the hood. Now I'm even thinking about it. I just think that's some shit.
The Aristocats. The Aristocats was released in 1970, centers around a family of aristocratic cats, hence the film's name, and how a cat from the other side of the tracks helps them regain their fortune. In the movie, Duchess is a white, wealthy cat who raises her kittens on luxury, and Thomas
Very
O'Malley
white.
is an alley cat who wanders through the streets when Duchess and her kittens are introduced to Thomas and
Light skin agenda?
gang. They are all racially stereotyped. Pepe is the womanizing Italian cat who wears a red scarf.
Pepe? Really?
Shongan is Chinese and has slanted eyes, buck teeth, and plays the piano with chopsticks.
Shanghai, Hong Kong, ik fu young.
And Billy
That motherfucker says something, egg foo young. That is taste of racism. You see? Damn.
Ross, the Russian cat, who looks a lot like Joseph Stalin. What did you think of the Aristocats?
This is outrageous.
Salam and good evening to you, my dear friend. Please,
Aladdin.
Aladdin. The first song in Aladdin, Arabian Nights, contains the lyric,
I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam, where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
That bitch said they cut.
By 2050, there will be more.
Yeah.
After the film was released, many Arab Americans were appalled at the racist lyrics. Disney heard them, and when the film was released to video, they decided to change them. They removed the part about cutting off your ear, and if they don't like your face, and replace it with,
Where it's flat and immense and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
Yeah,
Arabs were
they
still
sure did
unsatisfied.
change the whole lot. Hell yeah. Ah, they did. Damn. How they got a hold of that footage like that? That is crazy as fuck. People be waiting. Just one day I'm going to expose them. I'm going to do it. Yeah, man, how the hell? Damn.
the word barbaric was never removed, but Disney was done making changes and left it. The stereotypes about how Arabs are savages and barbaric has existed in Western culture for years. Over the past 2 decades, it has gotten worse after the War on Terror. Back in 1992, Disney definitely didn't make matters any better when it released Aladdin. It was great that they branched out and created a story that explored an Arab-style folk story, but there were plenty of stereotypes throughout the movie. What did you think of the song in the beginning?
No wonder we're dangling at the bottom of the food chain. You know, if it weren't for those lions, we'd be running the joint.
Man, I hate lions.
That
The
nigga
lions.
Ed was retarded.
There's no way that the Lion King can be racist, right? Well, think again. Besides Scar, the hyenas were probably your least favorite, right? Well, they're the racial stereotypes that we will be discussing. We can't deny that the movie is awesome and one of Disney's most beloved films. The characters' animation and music were all spectacular. The hyenas, however, were a sore spot for a lot of viewers. The hyenas were voiced by actors Cheech Marin, Whoopi Goldberg, and Jim Cummings. The hyenas all talk in slang, and they're shown as evil, stupid, and lazy. They're shown as being less educated than the lions, and they live in elephant graveyards, which isn't the best spot to rest your head at night. The
They from
hyenas
the
are looked down
hood.
upon by the lions, and they're banished to the other side of the beautiful Pride Lands, which many consider to represent the ghetto. A lot of people felt this was a jab at how most inner cities are in the United States, where minorities are discriminated against and forced to move to undesirable locations.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? Did you
We
ever
can't
think
live
about
where
this
the
when
gate's
watching The
at.
Lion King?
Oh, did you know that? No, me? I didn't know. No, did you? No, of course not.
Oh.
Ed?
Pocahontas. Nobody expects Disney movies to
Just that noise alone breeds racism. I mean, just, it's stuff back in the day we wanted to say, but we were too young to say it. And the movies did it. And they gave a certain comfortability about that shit. But in the back of nigga head, they were like, that's still racist. You hear me? This movie full of it. Lord.
be completely historically accurate. But when they created Pocahontas, they definitely changed their story quite a bit. To start, Pocahontas wasn't even her real name. She was born around 1596 and given the name Amonute. Pocahontas happened to be her nickname, which means playful one or ill-behaved child. Another part of the history that was changed was the age of Pocahontas. At that time, she really would have been around 11 or 12, but in the movie, it looks like she is a full-grown woman.
Rape! I never showed my children this movie. I don't think I will.
John Smith would have been in his mid to late 20s, so it's not likely the two had feelings for one another. And if they did, a lot of people do not discuss the racial stereotypes this film presents. It depicts Native Americans as two types of people: the noble, who is a symbol of goodness, and the vicious savage, who is full of violence, rage, and anger. Both are extremely offensive to their culture. Many people also believe that the movie was a whitewash to Native American history by glossing over the fact that they suffered extreme violence and prejudice from the white settlers.
So what now? I reckon you want a kiss?
Princess and the fucking Frog. Here I go, I'm from New Orleans, you hear me? I'm thinking they about to make a movie about a modern day New Orleans. They made a movie about a slave day New Orleans with all of the fucking racial stereotypes and epithets and all that up in the bitch, you hear me? I'm talking about she was pretty much a fucking poor girl who was in with the rich, cool with the rich white girl. And every time you turn around, that girl will get whatever she want, you hear me? All Tiana needed was like $17, you hear me? To start her fucking business up. They throw money at the daughter right in her face, you hear me? Oh man, this movie was actually like, and then of all people, they have the black girl from New Orleans, beautiful black girl, hook up with a fucking frog from the bayou, ball up. Then that boy he's like Aladdin, you hear me? What is Aladdin doing in this movie? Man, look here. Just check it out.
Kissing would be nice, yes?
The Princess and the Frog. It took a long time for Disney to create a movie that starred a black princess. That time finally came in 2009 when The Princess and the Frog was released. Now, while Disney was being progressive with including a black princess in their lineup, the prince's race has long been in question since the movie came out. It angered many people because they believed it wasn't a true depiction of black characters. The prince who Tiana falls in love with is named Naveen. Tiana is voiced by black actress Annika Noni Rose. And who is the actor who voiced Naveen? Well, he's not black, which is the big controversy. Disney had the chance to hire a black actor, but instead chose Brazilian-born American actor Bruno Campos. The results being
that boy looks sick, you hear me? We don't talk about Bruno, no, face ass, you hear me?
That the prince's voice was unrecognizable and left viewers wondering why the prince was a racial mystery. Many believe that Disney did this on purpose so a black man didn't have a position of power. So they left the prince's racial identity a mystery. We hope that this—
You goddamn right. They don't see a nigga shine. And then the alligator up there was gay. They had that nigga gay as Christmas. Flaming. You hear me? No offense. But they had that boy like, yeah, I'm like, dog, that's couldn't just give him a regular old voice. You had to give him that old shit with a lisp type shit, you hear me? That I was gonna play my horn, child, yeah. That shit. Like, come on, dog. The one shot they got, you know what I'm saying? It dropped the ball. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's the end of the video, everyone. What'd you think?
You heard that, man. That's the end of the video, everyone. Look, man. Disney. I saw what was going on at y'all park, too. You heard me? I saw it. Let me see one more racist thing going on around there in Disney. You heard me? Let me catch y'all playing around my people one more time. You heard me? Anybody telling you it's all in this bitch. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me for this year. Tell me what y'all thought about this, you know what I'm saying, in the comments below. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, click the bell next to the subscribe button. That way, you get the notification whenever I upload, and I will be uploading daily, you heard me? This was 10 painfully racist moments in Disney movies that they want you to forget. Yeah, they do. You see how they remaking the movies now? How they lay up there, put all that racist shit in Black Mermaid. I said Black Mermaid, damn. How they put all that racist shit in Little Mermaid and then turn around and make Black Little Mermaid, you hear me? What is she? But thank y'all for joining me. The pot can't call a tea kettle black. You dig?